Hey guys, this is Jessica Gutierrez with Clean With Me podcast. This is a podcast where I walk you through cleaning your house step by step. So let's clean together. Hey everybody, so I'm excited to talk to you today. I have so much to talk about, but before I get started, I just want to remind you that we have a new website up, cleanwithmepodcast.com. So it's kind of it gives a written aspect to the podcast. It's like some art. My mom writes articles and I do contribute some things as well, but she writes articles about cleaning, recipes, etc. She's going to try to post regularly about once a week, so please check out cleanwithmepodcast.com for some extra little gems and articles. But first things first, you know what time it is. It's time to get motivated and get to cleaning. So I want y'all to put your hair up in a bun, just get ready for the day, put some comfortable clothes on if you're getting ready for work. I usually just leave, I get ready except for my clothes and put something comfortable on while I clean really quickly if I'm getting up early and cleaning. If you're doing this on your day off, then, throw some sweats on and I like to make myself look a little bit nice, nothing crazy, but just freshen up a bit. It gets me in a more motivated mode. If I feel better about myself, I tend to be more productive. So that's why I do that. For me, if I get ready for the day, take a shower, put my hair up, I'm a lot more productive. So do that, and then, if you do the same things before each cleaning session, it kind of like tricks your brain into thinking like, hey, it's cleaning time because I'm smelling my candle that I'm lighting, I'm opening windows, and it gets you in a cleaning mode. So open some windows, light a candle, and let's get right to the cleaning. Now, first thing I want to do is I want y'all to do a laundry switch, which is what we call putting the clothes from the dryer to a laundry basket and from the washer to the dryer and then starting a new load. That way, by the end of the episode, y'all can do the laundry switch and kick up your feet and go ahead and fold clothes and relax, watch your favorite show, what have you. And while y'all are doing the laundry switch, just be doing that. If you don't have a lot of time right now, you can just do a load of towels or something that's not going to take a lot of time to fold. I'm going to talk a little bit about my cleaning overhaul I did. So a little cleaning tip, if you're listening to the podcast, that's like having, somebody motivating you in your ear. So if you don't have anyone that can sit with you, do that. But I found that whenever I'm doing like a deep clean and I'm going to be spending all day cleaning, it gets boring, and we tend to get unmotivated after a little bit. So I like to, if at all possible, I like to have a friend just sit with me and talk with me while I'm cleaning and organizing, especially if I'm organizing things, because it just, it keeps you from being bored and kind of distracts you, so you get so much done. So I did that. I had my friend Kylie come sit with me, and she folded some clothes along with me and helped me as well. And I just, delegated stuff to her. So, and we organized my closet, all of my clothes, and all of my kids' clothes, because it was getting out of hand. I had let it, just life makes your house disorganized sometimes, when we're in a hurry trying to get out the door. A lot of times we're not putting stuff away where it goes, and it was starting to just get a little cluttery. My closet was just full of stuff, and my clothes, I was having a hard time finding my clothes, so it was definitely time to do that. I also got rid of a lot of stuff, and those of you that are listening are probably like, wow, Jessica, you're always getting rid of clothes. I have so many just unnecessary clothes, and I have a hard time letting go of them, which is why I have to do so many different, clothing purge sessions, because I don't get it all the first time, because I really like holding on to my clothes. So y'all should be done with the laundry switch by now. So I want you guys to go ahead and move on to the kitchen, and first things first, let's get all of that trash thrown away. Anything that doesn't belong on their countertops, put that away. Any clutter, put that away. And just make some room for you to do the dishes. And then once you've done that and cleared the area, thrown away any unnecessary trash, let's start with unloading the dishwasher or drying rack. I do have a dishwasher now, so let's unload that or your drying rack and just leave room for the clean dishes and put everything where it goes. And as you're putting away, if you're noticing that things are out of whack and disorganized, just jot that down on a piece of paper or in your notes on your phone. That way you can get to it maybe later today or on a time where you have a lot of time on your hands and organize those cabinets. Now, if you're putting your dishes away and you're noticing that stuff just needs to be wiped down, we can do that during the wipe down portion of cleaning the kitchen. So just take note of that. If you're noticing like your refrigerator needs to be wiped down or your cabinets or anything like that, we can do that during the wipe down part. So while y'all are unloading the dishwasher, my friend Kylie that was over here the other day helping me organize my clothes, she brought over, after we organized the clothes, we did like a regular full house cleanup of my house, and she helped by mopping the floor with her mop, and I completely forgot what brand it was, but she said it was like $50. It's one of those, it's red, and it has like a little spinny thingamabob, and you put the mop in and it like spins all the excess water out, and it cleans your floor so well. I'm going to try to get the brand for you, and I'll tell you on the next podcast, but those of you that are into cleaning products probably know what I'm talking about. It's all over like TikTok and stuff. It's this red spinny mop that's round. And I have tile floors, and she said that a lot of people said not to do this because it messes up their floor or something. But I have tile floors, so we put a little bit of laundry detergent in with boiling water to mop the floors. And it didn't damage my tile floors at all, but it really leaves the floor smelling really good. Now, she did say somebody said it wasn't good for floors, so maybe that applies to wood floors or something. But for my tile floors, it worked great. But either way, the boiling water on the stove and putting it into your mop bucket is a good way to get your floors really, really nice and clean, and then putting whatever you use, whatever cleaner you use into the boiling water, just a little bit so it doesn't leave any sticky films or anything like that, and just doing a good thorough mop at least a couple times a week, at least once a week, because, when I'm in a hurry, I either hit it with a rag or a Swiffer pad just to quickly mop up. But it's good to do a thorough, real, deep clean mopping of your floors every now and then pretty regularly, because the Swiffer doesn't really get it as clean as we would like. And I thought my floors were clean. Then after that, using that mop, the water was like brown, and I had just like Swiffered it. So that pretty much showed me that I need to be doing that a lot more regularly than I am. So once you have all of your dishes put up, it's time to do a very thorough pre-rinse. So if you do not have a garbage disposal, like I don't, if you need to get rid of any food, go outside and dispose of it, throw it in the trash can if you're about to take your trash out, and do a very thorough pre-rinse of all of your dishes. If you have anything baked on and you know it's probably going to be a problem, either put some water and soap in it and put it to boil on the sink, maybe a little bit of salt in it, or you can just let it soak in hot water and soap while you're doing the other dishes if it's not as bad. But if it's really bad, you could put it to boil. Whatever your method is of getting those dishes clean. I know my mom said that she saw a hack where you put like a Tide Pod in your dishwater in some hot water, and that helps with pre-rinsing. Not a Tide Pod, I'm sorry, the dishwashing pods. But whatever way you prefer, whether you like doing it under running water or if you like filling up the sink with some hot water, doing it. I wash my dishes almost 100% before putting them in the dishwasher and just use it kind of like as a sanitizing agent. I just find it easier than, after your dishwasher has ran for an hour and a half, 2 hours, having to go back and wash the dishes that didn't get 100% clean. So I try to thoroughly clean them before putting them in the dishwasher. So I fill up the sink with scalding hot water and some soap, and I get after it, forks, utensils and cups, glass cups first, then utensils, and then I like to do, the less greasy stuff, the bowls, the plates, stuff like that, and then pots last. While y'all are chugging away on those dishes and getting those 100% done and ready, and no worries if you guys are having a disaster today, if your kitchen is a wreck, we've all been there. I'm there all the time. I live there. So no worries. I'm not judging y'all at all. We all have really bad disaster house days. I know I get in these slumps where I want to go to work and just lay down and just let the kids destroy my house. And I'm sure y'all have been there and you feel my pain. Sometimes you just have to just let them destroy it and just, let it happen because you just had a hard day. We've all been there. Now, ideally, obviously, if I clean up after myself, it makes my life easier, and I'm not having to work as hard when it comes time for cleaning. I'm already maintaining the house. But, that's not always ideal, and that doesn't always happen. And more often than not, I'm cleaning up after I've laid down and let them trash the house. So, everybody does it now and again, but that's why we're doing the podcast, and that's what I'm here for, to help guide you to get it clean again. So I'll give y'all a quick update about my life while you're doing the dishes. Me and my 4-year-old Juliana just got matching haircuts. I really didn't want to cut her hair because it was getting so long and she had little curly cues at the end that I didn't want to cut off. But I recently cut my hair all the way off to my shoulders and gave myself like kind of a bob kind of cut. And she wanted to match me so bad. She begged me and begged me. So we got matching haircuts. I cut her hair myself, and I didn't do too shabby. She didn't want to wait. She said she wanted it right then and there, so I was like, you know what, it's hair, it grows back. So I went ahead and cut it for her, and she is so proud that she matches me, and it made my heart melt. It made me so happy. So she's thrilled with her new haircut, and so am I. It takes off so much time in the morning. I was spending so much time doing my hair, and now I just, straighten a couple pieces and I'm ready to go. And then me and my husband have both been working a lot. We are doing well. He's staying with me in our apartment at the ranch right now, and he's been working a lot doing his crime scene cleanup, and I've been working a lot waiting tables and waiting tables. I mean, you are on your feet all day, but it's more mentally exhausting than anything. His is more physically exhausting. Well, I guess his is mentally exhausting too. The stories he tells me are pretty wild sometimes. And just be working on those dishes while I talk. But I know a lot of y'all watch this with your kids in the room and stuff, so I'm not going to get into too much of gory detail about his job, but, it is very emotionally draining, I'm sure, for him. He tells me a lot about having to interact with these people that have lost people, and I mean, he deals with murders, suicide. There was, he told me one that really stuck with me. This poor older woman, I mean, they must have been in their 70s or something, took her life while sitting in a chair next to her husband. And I can't imagine something like that. Just the stories he tells me are break my heart. Or like for example, this one lady went to go get something out of her attic, and she had a very large house. She was a wealthy woman, and she was probably like in her 40s. And she fell through the attic ceiling and hit a dresser and passed away because she was home alone. Stuff like that. He tells me all kinds of stories. I mean, family disputes where one family member attacks everybody in his family without getting too graphic. But that's all I'll say about that for now, because I know y'all probably don't want me to get into too much detail, but those of you that are interested in stuff like that, true crime and whatnot, my husband was thinking about starting his own podcast and telling stories, of course with names and dates changed, about some of the people he encounters and stuff, because he has some wild stories, and he does hoarder houses as well. So he'll tell me he'll go to these houses, and I mean he'll take pictures and there'll be junk from the floor to the ceiling, animals relieving themselves all over the house, humans relieving themselves all over the house. I mean, just wild hoarding houses that are pretty bad. Because he doesn't just deal with crime scenes, he cleans up anything terrible that other people wouldn't want to clean up. So he does a lot of hoarders as well. But if any of y'all are interested in something like that, maybe just give me a shout. Comment on the Facebook page, Clean With Me Podcast, and let me know. But y'all should be almost done with the dishes right now. If you didn't have too many dishes, I totally understand. If you have a lot of dishes, just keep working on those and just make the finishing those dishes be a priority for you. And if all you do today is finish those dishes, then I'm proud of you and you're doing great. We're going to strive to get the whole house clean, but if your kitchen is really bad and it's going to make you feel a whole lot better if you finish that kitchen, let's just focus on that. Whatever you have to do, whatever is really bad, and maybe you didn't have a lot of dishes today from your breakfast mess or whatever. Maybe your refrigerator is really bad and you wanted to focus on that. I'm just a guide. Whatever in your kitchen you need personally in your house, you go ahead and focus on that and get that taken care of. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to the rest of the kitchen. So keep working on those dishes if you need to, but I'm going to talk about other stuff. First things first, if you didn't finish clearing everything off the countertops, go ahead and do that now. Appliances that, like blenders and whatnot, toasters that don't need to be out, I try to clear as much surface area as possible so we could do a really thorough wipe down. You want as much of that surface area as you can covered up. Not covered up, cleared up. And same thing goes with the refrigerator. If you have a bunch of clutter in your refrigerator and you need to just move stuff around, you could do that. If there's stuff that's expired, old leftovers that need to be taken out, go ahead and do that now and give those a quick wash. While you're still finishing up those dishes, go ahead and get any dishes out of your refrigerator and wash those. Or if you just need to move stuff down so you can wipe down that refrigerator when you wipe down the rest of your kitchen, do that. I have an island and a pretty large countertop. My house is small, but I have a lot of surface area on my countertops, so I have to be really careful that it doesn't become like a catch-all for everyone's stuff when we get home. So every day I try to clear off the countertop. And if you have a hot spot like that in your house where people tend to just set things when they walk in, just be mindful of that, and to maintain, try and clear that off before you go to bed at night. That way it doesn't become a huge disaster. And a lot of times our hot spots, or the places that catch a lot of stuff and just miscellaneous junk, a lot of times that's in the open and one of the first things people see because we're walking in and we're tossing our stuff down on it. So we don't want a big cluttery junk pile as soon as we walk into our house, of course. So totally understand it's so easy for it to get out of hand. It gets out of hand so quickly. But mine is definitely the kitchen island and countertops. So I make a point when I'm doing the kitchen to clear that off and put everything away where it goes. And then you're going to grab your Clorox wipes, your hot wet rag and soap, or whatever it is you prefer to wipe down with, and we're going to get wiped down crazy. So in between the crack in between your oven and your countertops, there's probably some food buildup, especially if you cook a lot. So I like to take a butter knife and just wrap a rag around the butter knife and stick the butter knife in the crack in between areas in the kitchen and like the countertop and the stove, and get all that junk out of there. And then I just do a very thorough wipe down. I mean, countertops, inside of your microwave, your cabinets might have very dark cabinets, so fingerprints and stuff show up really easily, especially because the builder decided not to put handles on my cabinets. My mom's are like that too, and it's so annoying. It's very hard to open them. But wipe down the inside of your cabinets if they have dust or if somebody spilled rice or whatever inside of them. And that's why I love my handy dandy hand vacuum, because say this happened recently. I spilled a little bit of rice out of a bag of rice because I moved it wrong when I was taking it out of the cabinet, and I just got my little hand vac and just vacuumed it up really quickly, and it was quick and easy. But yeah, wipe down that microwave, your sink behind your faucet. You might have some food or buildup from when we were doing the dishes a second ago. Just go ahead and give that a wipe down. Around your sink, inside of your refrigerator, outside of your refrigerator, any handles or anything that could have fingerprints on them or need to be disinfected, use those Clorox wipes on them. Don't forget to take out the trash if you need to take out the trash. And if you're taking out the trash and you're like, my trash can stinks, it has a bunch of gunk in it, it's gross, maybe a bag leaked in it or something, you can take that outside and hose it down really quick, or rinse it off in the bathtub, or just give it a wipe down with a rag, whatever the level of dirtiness is. And if you have small kids like I do and they're learning how to throw stuff away, or you have teenagers and they're learning how to throw stuff away, behind your, or not, or even if you live alone, sometimes things splatter when you're throwing stuff away. So behind your trash can, the wall behind your trash can, might have some food splatters or something. So just look at that and wipe that down if need be. And you guys are doing great job. I'm really proud of you guys for almost getting your kitchen done. And if you're still working on those dishes, you're doing great anyway. I know it takes a lot out of you to clean, especially if you have a hard job. And every stay-at-home moms, people that work remotely, people that are full-time students, waiters, people that do retail, people that have, nurse jobs. I can go on and on. Any profession comes with challenges, and everybody, I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years, and 4 years, and it was hard on me mentally a lot. And it was hard to keep up with stuff, even staying at home all day. I know people are like, oh, you're home all day, your house is probably always immaculate. But in a lot of ways, it's messier sometimes, because you're living in your house and cooking 3 times a day. And, it comes with its own challenges for sure. But what I'm getting at is, with all of that hard work, whatever we are doing, sometimes when it comes time to clean, it's hard to lose motivation. So I'm just really proud of you guys for putting on the podcast today and just trying your best to get your house in order. And when you're done with your thorough wipe down and pick up of your kitchen, and you've thrown away the trash, if you want to do a spot sweep, you can, just so you're not tracking anything into other rooms. But we'll do our main floor clean at the end of the episode. I'll remind you of it. And I just wanted to add one more thing before we move to the living area. A good time to clean out your refrigerator, if you don't do it regularly when you clean the kitchen. I do try to, just because otherwise it gets neglected. But a good rule of thumb is, before you go on your grocery shopping trip, look in your refrigerator and clean it out, and that also gives you insight on what you need and what you have and what you don't have and what's expired and what's not. So before I go on grocery trips, I try to do a sweep of my refrigerator and clean that up. So that's just a little tip for y'all. But let's go ahead and move on to the living area. And again, no worries if you are not finished. Don't stress out about it. Just pause me, rewind me, whatever you need. We're on y'all's time. I'm just here to help. So moving on to the living area. First things first, we want to do a thorough pickup. If you haven't opened the windows, go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do a thorough pickup of the entire living area, and then we'll do the focal points of the room. So any toys or just miscellaneous stuff, if you have any hot spots that need to be cleared off, just go ahead and put anything away where it goes, and just go, as my friend Tristan calls it, fly to the bumblebee on the living room and just pick up anything and everything that needs to get picked up. And while you're doing your pickup and clearing off of any hot spots, any tables, side tables, just anything that has clutter built up on it, go ahead and put that up. I was just going to tell y'all a funny story from back when I was 18 and waitressing. I was thinking about just like funny, weird experiences I've had, because, you know, dealing with the general public, you're going to get some interesting people sometimes. And there was a man, and, you know, I am not judging you, whatever size you are. You know, there are people that struggle with weight gain, and no judgment at all. But this was a larger gentleman. He was probably upwards to close to 450, 500 pounds. He was a large man. And he was with another guy that was a pretty small guy, actually. And they said they were roommates. And he had 2 broken legs, and I was just making small talk with him. You know, I was painfully shy when I was 18, so I would just, you know, try to make small talk with him so I didn't feel uncomfortable. And I was like, you know, what happened? How did you hurt yourself, if you don't mind me asking? And he said, oh, it was a freak accident. And I was like, oh, what? Well, you know, what happened? And he said, I got up out of my chair and they just snapped in half. And I just stopped for a minute, and I was like, wow, that totally is a freak accident. And I didn't really know what to say because he was a very large guy. Anyway, so I was like, okay, I'm so sorry, you know, to hear that. And he was like, this is my friend over here. He's shy. We're roommates. And the guy, you know, kind of looks down, the other guy, the small guy. And he was obviously very shy, and he was writing something down the entire time I was, you know, taking their order and everything. He was just vigorously writing something on a piece of paper, multiple pieces of paper. So, you know, the other guy barely said anything. The larger gentleman was very nice and friendly, and he talked to me the entire hour and a half they were there. So, and when they left, the small guy ended up writing me 22 poems, including an acronym of my name. And it was just the sweetest thing. It was so sweet and a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie, but it was really sweet, and I actually kept those poems for a long time. It was funny. But I just thought I'd share it with you guys, a funny story. On my Patreon, if you guys are financial supporters of the show, comment on my last post on Patreon. I'm going to post funny waiting table stories, if any of you have any, or just funny work stories in general. I thought it would be funny if we all shared our funny work stories. So on my Patreon, I'll make a post, and y'all share those with me. I'm interested to hear them, and I'm sure you guys all have them. Or even if you're a stay-at-home mom, funny stories with your kids. So you guys, if you're done picking up the outer area, let's go to the couch and chairs or whatever, ottoman, whatever you have in the living area, and if you can physically move your couches or chairs, do that and clean underneath them. If you can't, you can use your broom as a tool to sweep everything out from under it. But we want to get everything out from under it and clean that up, whether it's dust, toys, junk, what have you. Let's try to get that clean. On Amazon, they do have those plastic guards for your couch if you have small kids, or you don't and you just have an issue with things always ending up underneath your couch. They do have little plastic guards to put on the bottom of your couch so things don't roll underneath there. If you have a constant battle with cleaning up under your couch like I used to have, I ended up taking the legs off of my couch so that it's flush with the floor, so I don't have that problem anymore. But some couches you can take the legs off, so it's worth it to try if it's something that bothers you. But if you like the way the couch looks, you can get those. You can just continue cleaning it if you don't mind, or you can get those guards off of Amazon or whatever place sells them. And then once you've done that, if you have a cloth couch, you might want to spot clean the couch with, if you see any spots on it, you can vacuum it with your hand vacuum or just your attachment of your regular vacuum. Underneath your cushions, I like to vacuum those out at least once a week. Right now I have a leather couch, so I just wipe it down, but if you have a cloth couch, I've mentioned this before, but I get these carpet cleaning. Resolve is a good brand. There's multiple brands, though. Cheaper brands work just as well. And a lot of them have like a scrubbing attachment head, and you just squirt out the product, use the attachment, and scrub the spots on your cloth couch right off, or your carpet. So if you need to spot clean your carpet or your couch, now is a good time to do that after you vacuum it, of course. I like to spot clean my carpet, however, before I vacuum. Other people I know do it differently. I've had mixed opinions on when to spot clean your carpet, before or after you vacuum, but whatever way you prefer, you can spot clean your rugs or your carpet at this time. Actually, I have tile floor right now, but I do have some really cute rugs, which I found the cutest rug for my living area. I'm not sure if I said this in the last podcast, but I got it from Five Below, and those of you that have seen pictures of my house, I have my stuff in turquoise and orange, and it sounds like a strange color combination, but it's really cute. They sold this stuff at Target, and it gave me the idea, and I started finding blue and orange stuff at cheaper places. And I have my bedroom and my living room in blue and orange. But I found this really brightly colored, beautiful rug for, I think it was $10, or it might have been $5.99 at Five Below. And it's super cute in my small little apartment. So check out Five Below. It's got really good stuff for like kids' bedrooms too. Little lights to put around their bed, or cute little lamps, decorations, fake plants, stuff like that. And as we're finishing up the living area, once you've made your pillows look nice on the couch, I like to put a little throw blanket, which I also got from Five Below. They have cute throw blankets as well sometimes. I like to wet dust my blinds. I have those larger blinds, so they get dusty really quickly, and I just like using a wipe and wiping down the blinds and getting the dust off. I like to I have very wide windowsills, so they get dusty and dirty quickly too, so I'll either use my hand vacuum or just wipe it down with the wet cloth. If your ceiling fans need to be dusted, you can use a duster, or you can use a wet rag, which is my preferred method, or you can use a pillowcase to catch the dust and clean it that way. If you notice any marks or scuff marks on your door or walls, magic erasers, I usually keep a stockpile underneath my sink for any Sharpie marks, pencil marks, scuff marks from the dog, and those are great for getting that off. And if you have a tile floor like I do, you could do a quick spot sweep of your living area. But again, we're going to do the floors at the end of the episode, I will remind you of that. Whenever I do my living area and stuff, I usually do my pet chores along with it. So if you guys have pets like fish tanks or cats or dogs or anything like that, and you need to like clean a litter box, or if you need to clean a fish tank, feed your fish, feed your dog, clean the dog's bedding, anything like that, you could do that at this time. And then we're going to make our way over to the bathroom area. And as you're walking down the hall, if you're noticing, again, any scuff marks or anything on the walls, you can clean that with magic eraser. Or if you're noticing your baseboards need to be wiped down, you could do that. Dryer sheets apparently work really well on baseboards for cleaning them. So as we enter our bathroom, first thing is first, I like to get any dirty laundry or anything out of there. I do have in the old house, I used to keep a laundry basket in the bathroom for me to be lazy and just toss my dirty clothes in the laundry basket and wash them from there. I don't really have room for that anymore. I have one right outside the bathroom. But if you do, just take any dirty laundry off the floor or out of the laundry basket and put it in the laundry area. And anything else that does not belong in the bathroom, go ahead and clear that out at this time and put it away where it goes. And then we're going to get right to cleaning those bathrooms. So first thing I like to do, just like the kitchen, is clear the area. So anything on your countertops that it needs to be put away or can be put away, go ahead and put that away. We want minimal things on the countertop. So most things can be put in a cabinet. I like to put toothbrushes and all that away into the cabinet to where I just have like hand soap, a towel, and that's pretty much it. And once you've cleaned your countertops off, if you're noticing that you don't have a lot of places to put things, I've mentioned before that I have teenagers, so we have little baskets and my mom's the one that told me about this and started this, but she's got a basket for each kid, and each designated basket for each kid has miscellaneous items of theirs in it, like their face washes, their nail polish, their nail clippers, their hair ties, things like that. That way people aren't fighting over, oh, this is mine, that's mine, arguing, and they're not losing stuff. Like if they lose their earrings or leave their earrings at my house because I have stepdaughters, I'll just put it in their little basket, and then it's there for when they find it when they come back. It's there for when they come back to the house the following weekend. So that's a good idea to try. If you need to organize your cabinets really quickly, you can do that. But I'm going to talk about the wiping down part once you're done clearing the area. I like to go ahead and, make sure the toothbrushes are out of the way. And I will spray the mirror with Windex and clean the mirror. And then I like using Clorox wipes everywhere, but especially for the bathroom because they're disposable. So I'll wipe down the faucet first, and behind the faucet and the countertops. And if there's hard water on the faucet, you can put a Ziploc bag of vinegar and secure it with a hair tie and let it sit there for 30 minutes to an hour to clean off with that vinegar. And if your sink isn't looking clean, you can bleach it with Ajax, or like if you have a porcelain sink, or if it's really bad discolored, try toilet bowl cleaning bleach, because that stuff really gets stuff white again. Same thing with the grout. If you have grout that is dingy, you can use that toilet bowl cleaning bleach on your grout, let it sit for a minute, and then clean it with a toothbrush. But anyway, moving on, once you're done cleaning off your countertops very thoroughly, wiping them down, wiping off any toothpaste splatters on the wall, any toothpaste splatters or splatters in general on the cabinets, cabinet doors. I like to take the trash out after I'm done wiping everything down, because I usually throw away the cleaning wipes and stuff. So I usually have a bag ready for when I do that. And then I put some gloves on before I clean the toilet. That way I can get in there and not be scared to get my hands dirty. And first thing you want to wipe down, which isn't a huge deal if you're using disposable wipes, but especially if you're using a rag, I put those gloves on, and then I get the things that you touch first, like the handle and the seat that you sit on, and then you want to move on to the dirtier things, like, the lid underneath the toilet. A lot of times your toilet seat will snap off, so you can do a really thorough cleaning of the back of your toilet. If not, you can clean around it. And while I'm wiping this down, I like to squirt some toilet bowl bleach into the toilet. That way it's sitting there and kind of marinating, if you will, getting that nice and white. And then if you want to wear a mask or open some windows, you can, since you're dealing with bleach. It's probably the best. And I just wipe down the bowl, making sure to get on the sides of the toilet and behind the toilet on that floor. A lot of times I'll get like a Swiffer pad and I'll clean the floor around the back of the toilet with it, just with my hand and the Swiffer pad. And then when you're all done wiping down the toilet, get your toilet bowl brush and clean the inside of your toilet. Some elbow grease in there, make sure it's nice and sparkling clean. If you have some hard water stains or something that aren't coming up, you can use a pumice stone. They have pumice stones with sticks attached to them, so you don't have to get in there and scrub if you don't want to. If you don't mind it, then you can just get a regular pumice stone. I mean, we are wearing gloves after all, but I prefer to use the one with the stick. And once that toilet is clean and we've rinsed off the toilet bowl brush, let's go ahead and move on to the bathtub. So if there's any toys or junk or anything that doesn't belong, empty containers or anything, get those out of the shower/bathtub area and throw them out. And then once you've cleared everything up, put the toys in the bin. Let's get the shower damp with the shower head or with the bathtub if you don't have a shower, and sprinkle some Ajax on the tub, let that sit, or sprinkle some bleach and let that sit for a good bit. Ajax is pretty cheap, so I usually use that. If I have major discoloration, like I mentioned, I'll use that toilet bowl cleaner, but you have to use a lot of that, so that's only if it really, really, really needs it do I use that. I open a window, of course. I let that Ajax marinate. I don't know why I keep using that word, but I let it sit there for a while, and then I get in there and I scrub. And I've mentioned before how I maintain my shower is I keep one of those soap dispensing sponges with the changeable sponge heads, and I keep that with some scrubbing bubbles inside of the sponge, and I keep that in the shower, so whenever I'm in the shower and I'm already not dressed and in there, so I don't have to worry about my clothes, when I'm done with my shower, I'll give the shower a once over with that sponge and the scrubbing bubbles, and I just do that to maintain the shower. And then once a week I go ahead and bleach it, but we all share one shower, which is why I clean mine so often, bleach it so often. You might not need to clean yours quite as often if you have don't have so many people using one shower. It's completely goes by your household and how often you think it needs to be cleaned. But if you want to know how much I do, I usually do it about once a week, if I can. And if you want to go ahead and do a spot sweep of the bathroom floor, or you can wait till the end of the episode when we do all of the floors, that's entirely up to you. Once you're done scrubbing your shower, go ahead and rinse it out thoroughly and put all the soaps and everything back where they go. Don't forget to, when you're scrubbing everything, to scrub the parts where your soap goes, the little shelving and stuff. Make sure those are clean. And then put all your soaps and whatnot back. Little dishes to keep the soap in and stuff help keep your shower clean. Shower caddies.
help keep it organized. So you can pause or rewind me for each bathroom you have. If you have multiple bathrooms in your house, you can delegate to someone else to clean that bathroom. But if you're the only one cleaning today, you can just rewind the bathroom portion and clean the other bathrooms in your house. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to the bedroom now. So let's go to the bedroom. And first things first, any dirty laundry I like to take out and put in the laundry area to wash that. Any dirty laundry on the floor, what have you, same thing. And just like any other room, we want to clear surfaces. So if you have a hot spot in your bedroom or your kid's bedroom or whatever bedroom you're cleaning today, if you're cleaning all the bedrooms, again, just like the bathroom, you can rewind the bedroom portion and do each bedroom with me, or you can just pause me or delegate. But I like to gather all the dirty clothes and put that in the laundry area, and then I like to strip my bedding and put that in the laundry area and make that a priority because I want to wash my bedding before nighttime, of course, so I have nice clean bed sheets. And I don't have real silk bed sheets, but I have a kind of faux silk pillowcase and bed sheets. I heard it's really good for your hair, prevents hair loss, frizziness, etc., and it keeps you cooler. And then if you haven't cleaned your mattress in a while, it's good to, I have one of those mattress protectors because my kids a lot of times crawl into bed with me, so I have one of those like plastic sheets that go on your bed in case the kids wet the bed to protect my mattress. But so I wash that once a week as well. But if you don't have one of those, it's good to just vacuum your mattress once in a blue moon, maybe once a month, and get all those dead skin cells and stuff up. And it helps keep your mattress looking good for longer. And just like with underneath our couches, we want to clean underneath our beds as well. This is a full house clean, so let's check under those beds. If stuff has made its way underneath there, let's get a broom and just use it as a tool to get everything out from under there, and then just get rid of the trash, throw it away, put everything away where it goes. It's not going to take as long as you think it is. And a good way to prevent a lot of stuff from going under your bed is to use under your bed as storage. So under the bed has a lot of storage potential. And the more storage containers we have under there, the less junk's going to be accumulated underneath your bed. So, you know, things that are out of season, clothing that's out of season, I have some plastic bins that I put underneath my bed to organize and keep those out of the way, so I'm not looking through a bunch of sweaters trying to find my summer clothes when it's 100 degrees outside. I try to cycle my clothes based on the weather. And like I said, me and my friend did a bedroom overhaul the other day of my bedroom. I reorganized my closet and my dresser. And same thing applies to you. If you are finding yourself irritated every single day by not being able to find your clothing, take some time aside and reorganize your clothes. It really makes a world of difference. You're getting ready a lot quicker. You're able to find stuff again. It was so much better once I got that taken care of. So if anything is annoying you in your house and it's causing more work to you, just take some time aside and reorganize it. Just like I let my car get super dirty, and I don't know why I let it get that bad. I guess I was kind of having a hard time, and I just was like, well, my house is clean, so I'm not really worried about my car. And then somebody at work asked me for a ride home, and I realized, like, okay, this is embarrassing. I need to clean it. So I am not perfect. Okay, I'm not the perfect housekeeper by any means, and I do struggle with keeping my car clean. So, y'all, I'm right there with you. I took the time and I cleaned my car. I cleaned the covers for my seats in the car and everything, and it felt so good after I cleaned it. I felt so much better about myself because it was really stressful having a dirty house. So it was really worth it to just take the time and clean it. So just like that, if you have any area that's causing you anxiety, and it was making me depressed, I'm sitting here depressed about how dirty my car is, and instead of just cleaning it, I'm just over here, oh, what if someone asked me for a ride home, what if this, what if that, my car is a mess, blah, 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 instead of just cleaning it. And once I cleaned it, it was like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. So don't be like me, and if you are getting stressed, just take care of the issue. And once you've cleared off all your surface areas, if you need to do a quick wipe down, if you have a TV in your bedroom that needs to be wiped down, or your dressers or anything, you can do that at this time. If you need to dust your ceiling fan while you don't have bedding on your bed, you can do that. That's why I like to use a wet rag, just so there's not dust flying everywhere. If you have any trash cans in the bedroom that need to be taken out, you can do that at this time and replace the bags. Same thing applies to the bathrooms. If you need to take those trashes and replace the liners, totally do that. And once you guys are done with that, if you need to do a kid's room, just rewind the bedroom portion and apply that to a kid room. But besides that, I'm really, really proud of you guys. We got so much done today. I bet y'all got a lot done. I'm super proud of you guys for hanging in there for the entire episode. I know that's a lot of cleaning. It's a long time. I want y'all to not forget to do your laundry switch. Your laundry's probably done by now, so go ahead and switch that load of laundry. And then, based on your flooring, if you have carpet, go ahead and vacuum your whole house. Sweep up the kitchen and bathroom, and mop those thoroughly. Maybe boil some water and put a little bit of your floor cleaner in it, or laundry detergent if you have tile floors, and just do a thorough, really good mopping with like an actual mop, not just a Swiffer, and get all of that grime up. I'm going to get the name of that mop for you because it's amazing. But you guys, keep up the good work, and if you're like me and you're stressed out about your car, this is your sign to clean your car. Because why be stressed out about it? Let's just get it clean, get it done, whether it's your closet, your car, what have you. Let's get it done. Once you're done cleaning that floor, kick back, relax, put on a good show or listen to another episode, and fold those clothes and put them away where they go, because if you just leave a pile of clothes sitting out, they're probably going to fall on the floor, and we don't want to have to rewash those, or the kids are going to throw them everywhere and it's going to make you mad. So try to fold those if you can. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you do not financially support me and you would like to, I'll put the Patreon link in the description. And thank you all so much for those of you that already follow me on Patreon. Y'all are amazing. And I'm going to try to start posting more regularly again. I know I said that last time, but I'm really going to put a lot more effort into the podcast. I know I've been busy, guys. I'm readjusting to my new schedule because they've been putting a lot of hours, scheduling me a lot more hours than I'm used to at work, and I'm just readjusting to all the new hours and stuff. But I am putting my focus back in the podcast, so thank you guys so much for being patient with me. Thank you for cleaning with me. Y'all are amazing. I love y'all so much. And as always, happy cleaning.